probably noticed that in the Discord. It's because of the HDR on the monitor. I guess if you turn it off, everything will be normal. And honestly, the game looks better without it on, which is weird.
I don't have HDR anyway. Now I'm in VR. I don't think HDR is really a thing in
Right.
VR. And I don't think this game, I don't think even benefits from it. Because, I mean,
There's
that's
HDR
whatever.
10, but I didn't really notice a difference. It's just a tad bit brighter when it comes to like sunlight and reflections, but it's something you can just configure with your monitor without turning on HDR. And I mean, I just switched the monitor and everything's fine. And my Twitch broadcast now has accurate colors, and now that it's screenshots. Like the screenshots, if you look at them, they're darker, which is weird. And I guess Twitch doesn't support HDR broadcast anyway, so I had to turn that off. And now everything's in sync, which is great. And the game will probably perform better now too.
Just a word, if you're not using live weather, make sure that you set your temperature up a little bit, because you might get frost. Oh, you don't want that.
Kev, you might confuse people with that YouTube. You got me over Boston, but it's Peru.
I just zoomed in on the.
Yeah, like I said, Boston's going to be. I think that's going to be a fun route to do with all the bridges and stuff. I have to see if I can fly underneath of them, but there's all sorts of different airstrips around the city, and the city actually does really well frame rate rise. Like, I had better frames than I did with Florence, and I thought Florence would have been easy for everybody to go through, and obviously it wasn't. But
Yeah. I was thinking of just doing a New York flight where you in like Savage and Gravels and just land in stadiums and parks in New York City.
yeah, hopefully MetLife Stadium is photogrammetry at some point. God, they need to fix that.
Yankee Stadium certainly is, but the problem is the bridges are just like two-dimensional. You don't even, there's no underneath the bridges. They're just like side photographed in. It's very muddy.
Yeah, I'm really hoping they fix the bridge that goes from Brooklyn to Staten Island, and then obviously the George Washington Bridge needs to.
Yeah, the Verrazano Narrows Bridge, and well, the Mario Cuomo Tappan Zee Bridge it's the old bridge. It's like half. The new bridge is like halfway built.
Yeah, because the Bing maps are old, and that bridge has been completed for a while. Like I think 3 years ago now.
About that, yep.
Because I went to Pennsylvania about 4 years ago, and we went over the new span going into New Jersey from New York, but coming back. You know what? Coming back, we didn't come back on the Tappan Zee. We went through New York City. That's right. We drove over the George Washington Bridge, which was a huge mistake. We got stuck in traffic for like hours trying to get out of the city.
Usually the Tappan Zee that always had been full of congestion.
Well, we were early in the morning, and I think we were driving onto the new span, obviously southbound into New Jersey, and it had just opened, I think, a week prior. And that was 2017, I think. Yeah.
Well, one thing you have to make sure to avoid is never like try to drive up to the George Washington Bridge when like a Giants or Jets game ends. That's like the worst time to try and head towards the GW Bridge from New Jersey.
I generally, when I'm driving to New York into New Jersey, I always do the Tappan Zee Bridge. I hate going into New York City. So many tolls, but I mean, I know the Tappan Zee has tolls as well, but at the time they were waiving tolls on the bridge, and I was like, all right, that's cool.
Yeah, I think we got everyone. I'm seeing a lot of TBMs.
Yeah, good evening, gents.
Good evening.
Good thing the clock is right on my display in the airplane. It's 4 minutes after 18:30 start time.
Are you doing live time?
Give me about 5 more minutes. Yeah, live time.
We got a British Airways plane, of course.
Oh, we've got two, because I'm in the retro, old school British Airways, and is it Cyberg is in the newer.
I just found out that mine has pin-up go on the side in a thong, and then it says rear guard. Awesome.
Nice.
Send a screenshot of it in the group.
Anyone else's throttle not animated? Like I put it full throttle and it just stays right there in the middle.
Yeah, it's a common bug with the CDF.
Oh, okay.
Mine's all good.
All right, so you want to give it like maybe 5 more minutes, and then we'll take off. Because it sounds like you guys are eager to fly, so maybe we should get going.
Let's see, 21 in the Discord. How many planes we got?
Alright, who's running live weather?
I was, but came off it because it's awful.
It's a little bit wet.
We got a very Canadian guy in the back there, Knighthood.
Yeah, good evening.
All right, 1840 wheels up.
Okay, do you read me?
We read
Much
you.
better.
All good. Okay, good evening, guys.
Hey, how's it going, bud?
Good evening. All right, so those who didn't hear me the first time, for this first leg, we'll set a cruise to 10,000 feet and begin your descent into Sierra Papa Juliet Echo at 22 miles away. That airport is much lower than this, so you'll definitely need about 20 miles or so to descend.
Okay. We are now in Huancabamba.
Just checking, current altitude is 6320.
6180 for me. Check your pressure.
Let's say I have 6317 on my end. I just reset both, and same thing.
Oh, you probably are using a different pressure setting.
I guess.
Yeah, that's what I got.
Yeah, 6320 here.
Oh, I'm actually at 30.06. Now I get 6320. I didn't calibrate.
6322 9.85. Nah, I'm missing the half.
I know I said to wait 2 more minutes, but it sounds like we're ready to go. What do you guys say?
All good.
Go for it, bud.
All right, taking off in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Wow, that was a non-standard prep for departure. I was expecting the full flaps, get your power ready.
I think you guys know that by now.
And the car races
I
across
wasn't
the
even in the
runway.
room. You have a little bit of time.
Yeah, don't forget your gear, Kev. Wow, this area is pretty beautiful. Not gonna lie.
It only gets more beautiful. We got one custom airport on this as well. Depending on what version of the game you have, of course. I think it might be in all versions. I did not check on that. So you know what that means. It's going to be a tough approach. Okay, you might want to alter your course, go up this mountain. You might want to go to the left or right, because it looks like the nav course will take you straight up to the top of that peaks right there. So you might want to watch out for that. Maybe temporarily disengage your autopilot.
think it's fine. I'm at 8,600 already and still within stable climb speed. Climbing at 2100 vertical.
No matter what, though, you're gonna need a little over 10,000 to get up this bridge.
9.6 now, so it's good.
I'm cutting it real close.
Best views once you're over this ridge, then you'll really start to get some nice views.
Well, this autopilot's cutting it really close. I think 10,000 feet is just enough to get over.
I don't know, I'm at 10.7 and I'm still scraping trees.
I went up a little bit higher, but I think 10,000 could have possibly been enough, depending where you are.
Breaking trees at 11 to 12,000. Even after the first ridge, you need to be above 11. We're still 38 miles out, so it was a bit climbing.
Yeah, just a disclaimer, my descent distances are purely based on distance to the airport and the cruise altitude and the altitude of the airport. Depending on the terrain, you might have to adjust that. But it looks from the topo that by the time you get closer, the terrain's gonna level out. You should be able to descend at the point specified. There is a bit of a ridge up ahead. Might have to do a slight descent before getting to it. I'm doing a Discord comm check.
I hear you, buddy.
All good.
Yeah, we hear you.
Affirmed.
Just focusing on the flying.
Just gotta clear this small mountain ridge up ahead. Make sure you're still over it.
You're talking about the river I'm pretty much over, Kev?
Just a reminder, runway 16 for this next airport.
Greg's doing some real low flying. By way of remark yesterday, I noticed with VR you could get very, very close to the water with an outside view because you could see the plane's shadow. So as the shadow and the plane come together, you got just about ready to hit the water.
I saw that all day yesterday and the flight yesterday with Crash Kid.
There is a mountain right before the airport. I would go to its left because you have to go line up for 16. So go to the left of that last mountain right before the airport.
Runway in sight.
Damn, that was quick.
I see what you mean about a mountain before the runway, though.
I think the game will ever get to the point where a real person can sit next to you as the co-pilot.
God, I hope so. That would be so much fun. Except I think we'd be fighting over who does what. I want to take off. No, I want to do this. I want to contact air traffic control. No, me.
That actually happens in the real world. Well, I think there's some, not to that extent, but oftentimes the first officer gets like shit money compared to the captain.
Yeah.
Some airlines, it's, the first officer's barely a livable wage,
Runway
like a low cost.
Pretty much nailing this approach right now.
We're gonna go 15-degree flaps, then gear, then full flaps.
What do you want to do for takeoff, Scam?
I labeled in the notes that there's 2 back taxis. Those are the airports that are in the canyons, basically. Other than that, we'll take off the other way.
All right.
That way you can sort of loop around. That'd be cool. But whenever it's like gets tight in the canyon, and you definitely want a back taxi because you don't want to turn around in the canyon.
I don't know if I'm going to need my reverse thrusters here.
You might at Shagual. Remember, stall's about 85 knots. You're probably going to be close to that for that airport.
No brakes and no reverse. That was awesome.
Guys, there might be a slight discrepancy with the Google sheet I gave you with this next airport. It looks like on my display it's 65 miles away. Assuming it's at 8,330 foot elevation for that next airport, SPPY. I would say maybe 13,500 and start your descent maybe 15 miles away.
What altitude again, sorry? Okay.
No, that's the one after. And the next runway I think is 13. So it looks like it'll be a straight in for the next airport. Sierra Papa Yankee. You know, flaps 1. Just wait till everyone's down. Looks like we got one more. I think we'll be ready to go.
We got Sly Dog as well.
Yeah, sorry I'm a bit delayed. I was dealing with some frost on my windshield and a new plane.
I had to set the temperature.
Yeah.
I always turn the heat on with
40
this bad boy.
Celsius now.
I set the temperature to 60 Celsius. No ice.
Nah, there's some switches on the bottom left behind your rudder. Just switch them all on and the ice is gone. Behind your yoke, not your rudder.
Oh, okay, I see them. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So when you see the air stitch plane, the whole saying "snitches get stitches" suddenly gets a whole new meaning.
Yeah, you don't want to be a snitch.
Yeah, don't be a snitch.
But if they give you a stitch, then it's worth it. No, I think being a snitch is bad everywhere. They still haven't found Jimmy Hoffa, have they?
Nope. It doesn't matter now. He'd be like 108 years old.
True that.
Okay, I think we're ready. And there's an echo. All right, so if you're ready, flaps 1. We'll take you off in 10 seconds. Make sure you just curve back around after takeoff. So we're heading in a roughly 125 heading to Sierra Papa Yankee. Distance of 66 miles. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
How am I already in the air and everybody's still going down the runway?
Oh, we would like ground racing.
I just saw my first generic.
Well, that's a F-15 Strike Eagle.
Yeah, I could tell.
Or a very
good
fast
news.
one.
Talking about jets, I downloaded the Typhoon yesterday, and I got up to 2 point some odd Mach.
Really? So there's no limiter? Oh, you have that mod.
At least for that aircraft, there was no limiter. I was 2.2 Mach or something.
Maybe that was
Insanely
all a
fast.
lie.
But the F-15 is limited. Yeah. Yeah, although it looks a little generic, but still cool.
Oh, you mean the wing condensation? Nice.
At least it'll go faster than the jet fires in Grand Theft Auto 5. Those probably don't even go as fast as this plane.
But in GTA Online, they limited the speed, the max speeds for ground vehicles to 120, and they limited the airspeed as well.
Yeah, airspeed's a little higher, but it's not that fast. I think the altitude's like 8,000 feet, the highest you can go.
Yeah.
I use my Deluxo in that game.
Oppressor Mark II.
Yes, sir. Well,
Yeah, and that's the reason I don't play the game anymore.
But yeah, I'm boycotting Rockstar as well, so I'm not playing it anymore either. And it looks like CD Projekt Red is in huge trouble. Second lawsuit has been opened.
Yeah, I think the tide's turning now. I think EA is suddenly becoming a reputable company.
I'm just happy that they don't own the exclusive rights to Star Wars anymore. That is a really, really good thing happening.
I do like the Star Wars Squadrons though. VR game.
Yeah, but imagine if another studio got their hands, like a proper studio got their hands on the Star Wars game. Like they already said they're gonna make a new open world Star Wars RPG, so I'm looking forward to that.
Doubt it's gonna be in VR.
I'm looking
Oh,
forward to
yeah.
that Mass Effect trilogy coming up, getting remastered.
The Hogwarts game for the Harry Potter fans got delayed a year, unfortunately.
So what's our cruising altitude? 10,000 again?
Actually 13.5, and we'll descend 15 miles away from the airport, which is at 8,333.
All right, 13.5 set, airport at 8.
How many miles out we start descent?
15.
Okay.
I don't know how you guys are so much faster than I am. I'm doing about 187 right now, and you guys are way ahead of me.
Check your flaps and gear.
Yeah, no, they're fully all stowed.
This doesn't have it, I don't think.
Yeah, no, that's off too. I tried. What's your guys' speed?
244 true airspeed.
Okay, I got 220, and I'm climbing at 1850 right now.
My plane keeps rolling here. I don't know why.
Maybe because I'm climbing at a steeper rate.
I was actually in my
Interesting. Okay.
I was actually in my whatchamacallit? No, the Aramaki. I was stalking someone in a A320. I was just following them for the hell of it.
Yeah, other people really don't like that. Every time I do that, they either live pause or they just disappear.
You guys should do that as a group, like, you know, like a squadron of F-15s and just start chasing.
come up on a
this
random
one
person.
A320 aggressively, yeah. It would
It's
also
just a
be really
shame they
funny
don't
to
see
have.
it.
It would be really funny to have a livery with Borat.
I'm sure there's one out there somewhere.
But then, of course, everyone would need to have it to see it.
That nice.
That would have to be the aircraft's call sign.
I wanted to do a really funny Borat quote, but unfortunately, as we're streaming, I cannot do this due to profanity.
You can always use the word truck.
No, it's a bit more complicated than that.
I thought Trump was a profanity now.
Now that he's a former president, not so much.
He's also going to be the first president being impeached after his presidency.
Yeah,
Hopefully the first president to go to jail.
it's so satisfying to read former President Donald Trump every single time I see it. I'm just like, every single time. Just like, so great.
Hallelujah.
So this next approach gets a little mountainous, so you might want to do left base, or at least, yeah.
What are we going in for?
Straight in. I think it's 1-3? Yeah. I don't have the little map run. Can't.
1-3 script.
Wow, I'm very excited.
We got at least, you guys up ahead have at least one more mountain to clear, so.
I
don't
need
get too
another
excited.
stitch.
Another?
Yeah. You're really good at it.
Oh, Hannah means family, and family means nobody gets left behind or forgotten.
You ever thought about being a voice actor?
I have actually, but then on the other side, I thought like probably if I do an audition, they'll be like, nah, next. I could definitely try though.
Still trying to figure out why my plane keeps rolling. If I let go of the stick, it rolls right to the right, and I'm trying to figure out why.
Are you using VNav?
No.
Flight model, maybe?
No, I'm not using any of that equipment.
Yeah, when I turn off autopilot, mine rolls to the right as well. It's a little annoying, but autopilot on is nice and stable.
I think you're too low there, Kev, or not?
I think he's AFK.
He's a no-skill pilot into a mountain.
It's an old asphalt runway, yeah?
Indeed.
Oh, okay, I think I've got visual just coming over the ridge. It's just like in a weird sort of hill on the side of it. Yes, it is.
No visual just yet.
No, I see it.
Now I see it.
A couple of years ago, I did some tramping in Peru, and Inca ruins are everywhere. It's really quite cool. Yeah, really cool countryside.
Airstrip in sight.
Yeah, a little bumpy here. I wonder if you could overstress the plane and crash if you like extend your flaps too soon.
I'm still flying and mine are right out to slow me down.
What's the runway heading, please?
1313.
Thank you.
Looks like we're going to be able to land just fine after the mess that I have with autopilot right now.
Give yourself a tad bit of left rudder. Down on the trim.
Okay, so just brief for the next flag. There's It's going to be a series of waypoints leading up to Chagual, but they're all very close to the airport, so you pretty much be on your approach by the time you get to them. The first waypoint's at 87 miles from here. So by that point, you'll probably want to be close to the airport's elevation at about 4,000 feet.
I'm going to have to circle to bleed off some speed. Didn't realise how close I was.
Sorry, Skim. I was in the middle of landing. You get the altitude for our next leg.
I'm going to get that in a sec.
Take off from 13?
No, we'll go 31 and go around to the left after takeoff.
Landing was so short, I think I'll enter the TBM in a stall competition.
That F-15 makes these 930s look small.
Yeah, sorry about a little bit of jet blast.
Okay, next leg, guys. You'll set your altitude hold for 16,000, flight level 160. You'll want to start your descent 35 miles out from waypoint 1, and the airport's at 4,000 feet even. Be runway 14, but you're not even. That's not even going to matter based on this next approach. You just be glad to have the runway in sight.
Peruvian palm trees.
Look at me and Kev, twins.
Cousins.
Two peas in a pod.
Looks like everyone's down. Starting to see a couple of generics, but not just the F-15. I think someone else might be in a modded TBM, maybe?
Yeah, I saw him in a bonanza.
Somebody's delivering the world on time.
One of the Bonanza's like floating off the runway. He must be in a larger plane, but I don't have.
Yeah, I'm with
Don't
FedEx.
rush.
I'm delivering a load of guinea pigs.
The Air Force is doing just in case anybody decides to start doing retaliation powder.
Yeah, talcum powder from Peru.
Only the best.
In that case, if we're ready, take off in 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
I see those afterburners going.
Actually, my bet is stall 65 knots on this. When you begin your descent, set your autopilot to altitude to 4,500. So you'll level off at that altitude to head into the approach.
If you set your vertical speed above 2200, it'll make it easy on autopilot. Bar 69 Romeo reporting smoke formation in the flight deck. We are gonna get as high as we can to see if the smoke will clear out.
Put your bone away.
Oh, what? I don't know what that is. Oh, yeah, yeah.
This is the Air Force. Can you report how high you are?
15,000 and climbing.
He's just about ready to pass out, actually.
Yeah, maybe you forgot your oxygen.
No, we took nitrous instead of oxygen.
We're real high.
I mean, it still doesn't beat the guys up in ISS, but it's still pretty high. I mean, I've seen them videos of them inflating bags of spinach in the ISS. No way that's spinach. I've seen what dried spinach looks like, and it goes nowhere near what I saw them inflate in that ISS video. Anyone know if NASA's made a statement yet on what went wrong on the booster test for the S to the S core stage? 'Cause it was supposed to run for 8 minutes, but they cut off after 1.5 minutes or something like that.
Just want to know what happens with Artemis.
Yeah, the Artemis core stage.
Just not going back to the moon 3 years.
Not gonna happen if they can't keep it burning for longer than 1.5 minutes. There's still no info out, I guess, then on what went wrong.
Are we going to start our descent around waypoint 1?
No, you want to be like almost down to the altitude of the airport by then. You start descent 3-5 miles from waypoint 1.
Alright, 10-4. Down to 4-5, correct?
Yep.
About 4,000 high by about 4,000 long.
You need to download the Typhoon that don't crash pretty damn quick.
Yeah, the Typhoon was too. No, that's next to the list.
Yeah, that doesn't have the speed limiter, although the F-15 should have it fixed by next week sometime, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, we've got a few tweaks left to do, but yeah.
It's in the marketplace.
Hey y'all, what's crack-a-lack? This is your soul plane chauffeur, Captain Antoine Maxwell. Sounds nice. Welcome aboard NWA Flight 069 from 310 to the 2. It's time to bust this cone, y'all. And I say, I'll be hitting them switches and getting this bitch pumping and jumping. So screw your shit on tight and enjoy the flight.
Alright, someone needs to send the F-15 to take him out.
Right, who was that? Engage.
Use of lethal force.
Flares in chaff released.
I've got a load of steel wool I can release into his inlets.
That'll work. It's been a minute since I've seen that movie. You can only watch that movie high as F.
I think it may be getting a little colder, but my speed readout seems to have disappeared.
Your peak toe is frozen over.
that in here somewhere. I can't find it.
If in Spain your pito is frozen over, it's a really bad thing.
Oh, yes, I understand. Even probably here in Peru, they speak Spanish, I'm sure. Or some sort of form of it. Yeah, back in the day when everyone was talking about pito tubes, I just kept on laughing.
Yeah.
I see a tiny ass pond.
Let me know how it goes.
Yeah, about that. One
thing
can
that
only
really
dream.
One thing that really made me
Really,
laugh
the
during
tiniest pond. I don't think I'd make it.
one thing made me laugh a lot during cabin crew trainings. There was this typical Barbie girl that wanted to be a cabin crew, of course. And I remember that she didn't understand that APU was an abbreviation. So every time APU was mentioned in the classes, and she would say like to the instructor, like, "So what is the APU for again?" And she would call it APU, like APU from The Simpsons, and I would just die laughing every single time.
Yeah, when you did the speaking of The Simpsons, when you did the Borat impression earlier, you made me think of Dr. Nick. Hi, everybody. Hi, Dr. Nick.
I've never really tried to do Simpsons impersonations. They're quite hard.
No, that's easy. Don't!
I feel like you could pull off a Homer Simpson.
Like, I'd probably be able to do Nelson.
Remember, there are waypoints on this approach. Do follow them if you want to make it through that canyon.
Alright, Captain.
I'm seeing dogs shoot into the stratosphere.
Trying to descend down to 4-5, but that big mountain in front of me is telling me not to.
The big F-15 next door saying get down.
Oh, jeez. I didn't notice you there. Oh, okay, so I guess we're gonna turn in there with the waypoints.
I'm seeing a tap here in one of the mountains. Really nice tap.
Hey, you cut me off! Crazy driver.
Show of force.
Sunday driver!
So we have road rage, and now we have air rage.
And then there is Russian air rage, where a plane will pull up next to yours and the guy will lower the window and pull out a Kalashnikov.
I picked the wrong model. This one's got empty racks. There's no missiles.
That's the fast one.
would be nice if they could put any JATO launched aircraft into the game. That's got to be fun, especially for those in VR.
There is VTOL VR as a game. Not sure if anyone's played it.
What's your altitude right now, Scam?
11500.
And can you clear that mountain in front of you?
That's what I'm adjusting course trying to do.
Gonna just sit at 12.5, see what happens.
I said 8,000.
Just look at those roads to get to some of those villages up here. It's amazing.
Alright, descending down into the valley.
So warning, the airport sneaks up on you.
Is it around the bend in the valley over there?
It is.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is your captain, Glenn Quagmire. We're looking at about a 4.5-hour flight time today. We got clear skies, good visibility. The temperature in Atlanta is 64 degrees. The flight's going to be a little longer than we've expected. We've got some very strong headwinds, giggity.
Oh, God.
I hope he's got Donald Trump on board.
I'm surprised it wasn't 5 degrees warmer.
Like, I think if the pilot flying Donald Trump crashed on purpose, people would see him as a hero.
Yeah, but then you have conspiracy theories up the wazoo.
True that, it
Yes.
would give the Republicans and the MAGA guys a lot of material to speculate about.
And now Secret Service is listening to us.
I had a mini tornado come through last Saturday here, and it took off half my patio roof, which are 8-meter sheets, but just finished it yesterday.
Yeah, you guys were right. I descended way too quickly.
Oh boy.
But once you get to waypoint 2, you better like be on getting ready for approach.
Is it gonna be like landing at Peru Airport?
Kind of. Well, probably a little easier. It's not like Lukla though.
I can see Engine Goose coming through here with an A320 trying to land at this airport over here.
Yeah.
Good try.
Would make for an awesome approach, though.
Definitely.
This valley is no place for autopilot.
Yeah. No, if this would be to be done in an A320, it would definitely be manual.
Try it at night as well.
Oh, jeez. I'm right above it. Oops. I think we all overshot that.
Yeah.
All except those that have been here.
Engine Goose is on the other side of the mountain.
Yeah, it sneaks up on you. He wasn't wrong. It sneaks right up on you.
Now, how am I going to get myself turned around?
I just thought we was coming in from the other side.
Nope.
Alright, I am, and I came in quite nicely. Except whoever's missed the runway.
It's a dirt runway, yeah?
Oh, look at that. Another British Airways missing the runway totally.
Oh no, it's not dirt.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm coming in for 3-2. Oh, maybe I'll go around. I'll go around.
Remember, guys, you will need to back taxi.
More land shorts.
I know I put those last few waypoints extremely close together. That might have thrown you off.
Back taxi on this one?
Oh yeah, big time. Unless you want to turn around in this canyon.
That's the part I'm finding hard right now.
Well, it's
I
a bit
do
of a
kind of
roller
want
coaster
to.
riding from the other side.
Do kind of want to try it with an A320 now.
I'd try a CJ4 first.
Nah, go big, go home.
You can get that CJ4 into some pretty small runways.
Yeah, I can do dirt runways as well.
Well, guys, I've made my delivery and I gotta disappear. Have a really good rest of your flight, and I do appreciate and enjoy these flights with you all.
Oh, you take care.
Take care.
I have to do the same, but I'll see you guys out on your takeoff here.
Are all the runways asphalt?
For the most part. No, there's a grass one coming up. This next one's concrete. I think the one after that's grass.
Okay. Might fly the next leg in the 320 then.
That was a very interesting approach. My stick was vibrating like crazy as I made that tight corner coming into final.
I was like, no, I didn't show that last moment.
Got the Greek coming in.
Alright, for this next leg, it's only 10 miles. Don't bother with any autopilot. You're going to basically be following the ridge. The next airport, you're also landing on runway 14, so you're taking off. It's also at the end of a glacial lake.
I've lost all you guys.
We're all still here.
I gotta bolt,
You're at
guys.
Sierra
Thanks for
Papa
the flight.
India Sierra, yes?
Catch you later, pal.
See ya.
Oh, well, I guess you guys will appear soon. Are you guys seeing me?
No.
Okay.
Are you guys ready to go? Because I am. You guys can book on a takeoff.
Sure.
Just make sure you have your flaps staying right, because you're going to need all the runway you can get. Alright, guys, wait for you guys. I know there's no collisions, but I just like to... I don't have to go through anyone.
What's that? No, I think we're waiting for the two at the end to get down here. Yeah, but we've got the Grease and Sly Dog at the far end. You know what? They're taxiing. I'll go.
I'm gonna go ahead as well and jump to the next one. Maybe I'll see you guys by the time I get there.
I guess I'll take off then.
That's a tight one.
Just enough.
Go,
to
go,
take off
go.
in
Come on, let's go, let's go. Oh, well, I was waiting.
We just follow the ridge, yeah.
You
So
got
like
it.
the valley to the right of the takeoff.
What's the altitude we need? 6,200. Oh, that's for the airport, but are we staying in the valley?
Any of you guys seeing me yet?
You guys have to take a left turn at the not the first river fork, but the second one. As you can see, there's going to be a lake right before the airport.
All right, so we want to follow that river to the lake. I've gone bit past it.
So in the when the valley splits up, left or right? I'm gonna go with left.
Left.
Looks like I'm going away from the
Straight in 1-4. Remember, come in over the pond.
Might be a little late to the party. Took the wrong valley.
I think I took the wrong valley as well. That's okay. This 320 will climb fast.
I see you now, Alex.
320 in this way.
Oh, okay, good.
We're gonna ski on the pond.
You can if you want.
I'll try. Get my gear down.
Alright, I got you guys in sight. Dropping down into the valley.
Getting a really poor frame rate around here. I don't know why.
Not sure if I'm heading the right way, but I guess I'll see soon enough.
When I saw you earlier, you looked like you had already passed.
Oh, straight out the river, right out the pond.
I can see the pond now as well. I'm in the wrong valley.
That was a bit of a late go around Dobbs.
It weren't worth the risk.
And again, do back taxi. This one.
Like it was a 27 nautical mile hop, right? Okay, yeah, then I'm definitely past it. I'm gonna turn around.
The
and see if
next
I can
one's
find you
27
guys.
miles away.
Definitely overshot it then. Just gonna turn around and see if I can spot you guys. Definitely too high as well then, yeah.
That's a very tight to do a turnaround at the end.
Okay, I can see you guys now. Coming in. Definitely nasty terrain to fly 320 in.
I don't think you'd be able to come in on 1.4 with a 320.
Just coming over the ridge now, and I think I can see the lake. Yeah.
All right, everyone. For this next leg, set your cruise to 10,000 feet. I wouldn't put it on autopilot right away, though. Gain some altitude first. You only have to start your descent about 4 miles away from the next airport, as it's at about 8,600 feet up. Anyone else trying to get down?
Yeah, I'm just coming down now.
I am making my final turn towards you guys.
Remember, back taxi, we'll be taking off from runway 14, and we'll also